The TG will be talking to you about her passing on, and then after he has read his statement, we'll take questions for now. Without any waste of time, let me welcome all of you and thank you for having responded. And I'm just going to ask TG to come forward and talk to you.
Thank you very much, Bab Koza. A very good morning to all of you. I'll just read a brief statement and will allow you to ask questions. The ANC has learned with shock the passing of the Deputy Secretary General, Comrade Yasmin Duarte, early this morning. Comrade Jessie was fondly known, as she was fondly known, succumbed to a long illness that led to her taking leave of absence from work since last year, 2021. We were hopeful as the ANC that she would recover from the illness in time to continue in her role and responsibilities at the helm of the African National Congress political administration. Her death has found us unprepared for the West that we have to contend with now. Comrade Jessie's life was and will continue to be synonymous to the struggle. She cut her teeth as an activist at an early age, having grown in a family of activists and anti-apartheid proponents. Comrade Jessie worked with Mama Albertina Sisulu to build women's structures in the then Transvaal. She later served as the secretary of the Transvaal Federation of Women, FETRO. She later worked with Reverend Bayes Nodier to mobilize funding for underprivileged youth. She was active in the progressive youth movement. She was a leader in the United Democratic Front. Comrade Jessie was subjected to continued harassment by the apartheid security police, which saw her being detained many times without trial. After the unbanning of political organization, Comrade Jessie served as Nelson Mandela and Walter Sisulu's special assistant, and later she was elected to the Gauteng PEC and was amongst those who constituted the provincial interim leadership corps of the province. She became an MEC in the Gauteng provincial administration. She later was posted as an ambassador for South Africa in Mozambique in 1999, where she served until 2003. In 2012, she was elected as Deputy Secretary General of the African National Congress, a post that she held until her passing. The ANC is highly indebted to Comrade Jessie for her sterling contribution, both as an activist and leader of the ANC and its alliance. She vindicated herself in all responsibilities as a dependable and principled leader who spoke her mind within the confines of our platforms. She is certainly one of the best DSGs the ANC has ever had. Her loss will reverberate in all our structures and will leave a huge void as we confront challenges in the movement. Her passing is indeed a huge loss that will not go unnoticed to the ANC and the people who came to know her personally. The ANC bows its head and dips its banner in honor of this selfless life that triumphed under difficult times. We have been liaising with the family on the matter of her passing, and we will be guided by their wishes on her send-off and her send-off, which will be conducted in line with the family's religious beliefs. The burial will be carried out this afternoon at 14 hours at West Park Cemetery in Johannesburg. We extend condolences to the Duarte and Dango families as we prepare to celebrate this daughter of the soil. We share with the family a deep pain that has befallen all of us. Let us in various ways find means to celebrate a life that continued to serve our nation to the end. May her soul rest in peace. From today, the ANC has declared a week of mourning in respect of Comrade Jessie, and provinces of the ANC have been directed to fly the ANC flag at half-mast. Each province is expected to organize provincial memorial service during this period. The National Memorial Service will take place this coming Thursday, the 25th of July 2022. All details, including the venue, will be communicated at a later stage. May her soul rest in eternal peace. Thank you very much.
Thank you, TG. Yeah, that was the message that the ANC was communicating on how it perceives the passing of Comrade Jessie Duarte. For us, it is indeed one of the saddest moments. It's something that it's difficult to accept. It's a reality, however, that we have to contend with. We will allow any questions, if there are any, pertaining to the passing of Comrade Jessie Duarte. Pertaining to the passing of Comrade Jessie Duarte. Thank you. Are there any? Natasha, yes, two hands. Go ahead, Natasha.
Thank you so much, TG. So Mayor Duarte's passing comes at a time where the party is facing challenges, but also it's a very busy year for the party. In 2 weeks' time, we're preparing for the National Policy Conference. KZN is this weekend, and December, we have the elective conference. I mean, how big of a blow has the passing been for the party? And also, in terms of her legacy, what can the ANC actually learn from the party? I mean, she's a woman who actually spoke truth to power at a time when it was, wasn't fashionable to do so. So, yeah, those are my two questions.
Okay, I think Natasha answered my question, TG, Buleli Treaty from the ANC, but maybe in terms of, the sort of precedent that has been set by the late Duarte, when you speak about how she served as secretary in the Federal Federation of Women as well, what does this say of the role women play, particularly in the top six of the ANC as well? This loss, what does it mean to the movement?
Okay, any other taker? Yes.
Just to follow up on this question, my name is Jamal Mshari from Newzoo, Africa. The loss of Jessie Duarte from the top six. So what are the plans? Is it too early to fill her voice, or is someone active in an active capacity in the meantime?
Did you want to just take those for now?
It is indeed a big blow for us. As you know, that we have a number of conferences this year. We've already done 6 provincial conferences. This weekend is the KZN provincial conference. And of course, at the end of the month, the policy conference starting on the 27th of July. So it's a very busy year. It's a year that needs a very organized administration at head office. And as you know, Comrade Jessie was the pillar of our administration. So indeed, we are facing serious challenges. We'll have to make sure that we reorganize ourselves properly to try and fill that void. We are starting with processes in September to prepare for the national conference in December, so many of our branches will be going to BGMs, etc. So there is no doubt that we will have to strengthen the work that we do at head office. And of course, we are proud of the work that Comrade Jessie has done. She leaves behind a legacy of discipline, a legacy of commitment to service. As you all know, Comrade Jessie was very forthright. I think many of you have, as people from the media, or should I say comrades from the media, many of you know that Comrade Jessie would take you on if she doesn't agree with you. So she was very upfront, very firm, but very disciplined, very committed, very dedicated to the work of the movement. So we are very proud to have had an opportunity to work with her. I personally worked with Comrade Jessie for many years in the UDF, in the UDF Southern Transvaal, in the ANC after unbanning. We served in the PC together. We were in the first cabinet of Gauteng together, where she served as the MEC for safety and security. So we've worked together for many years. And when Comrade Jessie took ill after the elections of last year, November, local government elections, we thought it was just fatigue. We didn't know that it would turn to this. I recall when she called me and said, look, I think I'm a bit tired. Can you please take care of the work of the SGO? And since then, she got ill. But we have been dealing with that space. The officials of the ANC did ask me to handle the SGO in her absence. We've been doing that. But we would have been much better and stronger if Comrade Jessie was there, especially in this year where we have these challenges. We need to be even stronger in the work we do. Lastly, let me also say that Comrade Jessie was also a very committed fighter for the rights of women. Comrade Jessie was one of those who built women's structures, the Federation of Transvaal Women, and worked with many women throughout the country to date. So she never flinched when it came to fighting for women's rights. And we are proud that she was such a gender activist that was strong, that made sure that women's issues are not pushed aside. So we will be bidding her farewell this afternoon at West Park Cemetery, as I said, where we will have a short service conducted in line with Muslim religious rites. We will be waiting to hear from the government about whether there will be an official funeral. But we are going ahead with the family to prepare for 2 o'clock this afternoon. The officials of the ANC will visit the family at 12:30, where we expect the president and the other officials to be there. And we will then proceed with the family to the cemetery where we'll have a short service. We will then, as I indicated, have a memorial service on Thursday. We will communicate the venue. Once we have finalized the venue, Comrade Tule will communicate the venue to all of you. We have directed our provinces also to have provincial memorial services during this period of mourning. We have declared a week of mourning, and they can use this period to also have their memorial services. We're not expecting everybody to come to Johannesburg. We are doing all we are doing together with the family. We made sure that we don't do anything that the family doesn't agree to. So when we conclude here, I will be off back to the family to finalize arrangement for this afternoon. Thank you very much.
Thanks, TG. So, TG, just to give an update, yes. The funeral is going to be a special official funeral. It has already been agreed upon, TG. So what made us delay was because we're getting that kind of a report. So they did say that we must just give you this update. So we will have that. It will be a special official funeral. 2 o'clock at West Park Cemetery, as the TGS already indicated. So at 12:30, we'll be with the officials at the family, just to make sure that we carry forward the wishes of the family. I take it that the TGS already addressed most of the things that you might have wanted him to ventilate on. Just to make an expression, TG, this is where we met with the DSG and members of the media fraternity. This is where we addressed them. And for all of this, yes, this was he assured us that we could be able to speak to them, hold on to their confidence and make them believe in the African National Congress and its ability to do its work. If there are still questions that you want to ask, you are welcome to do so.
Apologies, I know you're very emotional. I just wanted to know, do you know which official will be speaking, which ANC official will be speaking at the funeral? Because when speaking to my colleague, Major Sue's brother had said that the ANC would be sending something. Do you know whether the ANC person thought or not?
That's for the TG will deal with that. Other questions? Okay, TG.
As I said earlier, that it's going to be a very short service, probably an hour. The way the program is arranged in agreement with the family is that there will be a family speaker that they will arrange amongst themselves. And because it's a short service, there will be one speaker from the ANC, which will be myself. And from there, once we are done, there will be an official part of the funeral where we expect the Premier of Gauteng to speak, and then the President. So it will be really short. We'll allow speakers to speak more at the memorial, but for today it's really a short service, because within that hour we must also accommodate the Muslim rites that are going to be performed. My speech as the Treasurer General of the ANC and Acting Secretary General will also cover the alliance and the leagues. So we will not have speakers from the alliance and the leagues of the ANC. Thank you very much.
No, thank you very much. This now brings us to the end of the briefing. What time are the officials speaking?
Half past 12.
Okay, 12:30, we can meet at the house. And then from there we'll proceed to the West Park Cemetery.
All right, we're coming out of that ANC press briefing happening there at Luthuli House. And of course, that's the ANC spokesperson, Bule Mabe. And just before that, we heard from the Treasurer General Paul Mashatile there, who was, speaking about some of the plans that are in place to honor the now late DSG. And just before that, speaking about her struggle credentials, speaking about her illustrious political career. I mean, she was in 1990, was in band, and she was elected to the Gauteng Provincial Executive Council and appointed to the ANC's interim leadership corps. Duarte became Mandela's personal assistant after he was released from prison in 1990. And she was also appointed as the South African ambassador to Mozambique and held this position between 1999 and 2003. And we did hear that a week of mourning has now been declared and flags will be flown at half-mast and more details will be made available. But also right now, they said they will be meeting up with members of the media at about 12:30 today, where they'll be meeting up at the family house to continue with preparations moving forward. But right now,